Oh boy, I've got myself into a mess here. On Amazon Prime, I started streaming and I completed I guess these are OVAs, original video animations. Not theatrical movies, but kind of like 45, 50-minute, 2 episodes making up Goku Midnight Eye from 1989. Set in the futuristic world of Tokyo 2014, when androids and shit ran around. Oh, yes, this is a bit of a trip. And because it's like two smaller movies put together to make, I guess they ended it here. It kind of seemed like they wanted to do more of a series thing. Maybe it wasn't popular enough. It's no Bubblegum Crisis. It certainly has plenty of tropes to it. But if that's your kind of thing, or if you like the look of 80s, early 90s look kind of anime, a grittier, more adult setup, this is your cup of tea. I think that he is voiced by, is it Steve Blum or Steve Bloom? Steve does voice Goku. So he has a look that's not too far off from Spike Spiegel, though his hair is combed downward and he doesn't wear a shirt, yet he has the blazer and tie on. Other than that, very much Spike, but without any cohorts. I didn't see any information saying thus, but I think this could have inspired a few things. So, try to get to that here. This guy's a PI in Tokyo, complains about the city being a mess and that it's going to get leveled by earthquakes anyways. There's an earthquake mentioned at some point, never becomes relevant again. He tools around the city in, what is that, a late 70s Corvette? Or is that like an 82 Corvette that I guess has been retrofitted with the latest computer shit inside, so it's roadworthy yet. And there is some club where there's these cops. They're eyeing this guy. Some corporate guys up to no good, and these cops start killing themselves. Everybody investigating kills themselves, and what it is this guy. He has some topless woman show up, and she has these peacock feathers, and when they see her boobs, they have to kill themselves. One of them even throws a guy off a balcony because they're viewing her at a distance through a... shit. Yeah, this is looking unprofessional. It's when you want to peek on the neighbor, but you have the thing that's supposed to look at the sky, but you're like, screw looking at the sky, I'm going to look in her window. That thing. The guy throws dude off this skyscraper and then jumps down. There's only one cop left on the team, and it's this chick that Goku's into. And she's the last one. Is she going to get hypnotized? Are the boo powers going to work on her? This is the kind of anime where every chick you want to see get naked will be getting naked. And I'm kind of confused about when some of this takes place. If even, as both of these start with a little scene of action, like before the title sequence, to kind of like set the stage of, hey, this Goku PI guy's a badass, right? Well, Goku's driving down the road, and then topless chick jumps out of some semi-truck, stands on another one, showing her boobs off, and he gets hypnotized. To break the hypnotism, stabs himself in the left eye. He crashes off into the water, rescued by a mysterious figure never revealed, even in the second episode. So I'm assuming this is based on a manga that probably lived for a period of time, and there are fans, blah, 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 but this was something of a stillborn experiment with this OVA series. That's my assumption here, because typically anime is based on a manga. With this said, his eyeball has been replaced. It looks perfectly the same, only now he has quasi-Terminator vision, but in color. And he's tapped in via Wi-Fi, I guess, to every computer in the world, whether it wants him in there or not. And if he so can choose, he could have all the world's nuclear weapons armed and fired to blow up the whole world. Did a private investigator in Tokyo need this responsibility? Why raise these questions of who is it that saved me? Like, if you're never going to answer. I don't get it. So, as he has to deal with this awesome power, he has this, like, is it a pole vault stick that doubles as the thing that hit Nancy Kerrigan? He has this that he's waving around. He's jumping all over the city with this thing, and it's his weapon. Doesn't he use something like that in the beginning, though, when he's fighting some guy that turns out to be android-like? Hits a guy in the face with something, and it seemed very similar. That was a bit odd. Had a situation where he goes to the bad guy's place, and there's like a micro mosquito type thing, and sends out drugs or whatever. So this is another one of things he's up to. And this guy's plan is to like work with some dictator to send carrier pigeons or doves that are migrating to another country with an illness that will just kill everybody over there. That's his big scheme, and that's why I guess all these police are investigating him. But the police are getting killed by the boob hypnotist. Well, now he goes to, I guess it was his place or another, whatever. And the chick cop is drunk and really horny. And so you get to see her boobs, and she's going to be naked aplenty here. She tries to seduce Goku, but then tries to stab him with a knife, and he gets into a fight with a guy that looks a whole hell of a lot like Goro, but with only 2 arms. Goro from Mortal Kombat. And there's the mosquitoes are unleashed, and he has to grab the naked chick. He knocks some sense into her, but now she's not under the hypnotist spell anymore, but the mosquitoes are after them, and if they bite you at all, they could have some poison in them and all this shit. But she gets some bites. He couldn't protect her all the way. His stun stick, pole vault stick, cue ball, whatever. It takes out a few of them. She needs some help, goes to the hospital, doesn't pull through. It's kind of odd to think, oh, hey, the love interest is gone, but if you're going to make a series out of this, James Bond's got to leave Gal somehow, right? Well, now he has to go settle the score with the bad guy. Goes into his penthouse, warehouse, tower. They try to drown him, but he uses his eye terminal, which has sound effects that are from Alien. Remember the mother interface? Those sounds are this guy's eye in action. So he opens up the doors, and it's weird how when he does this, the title at the bottom says Crows, Crose, instead of close. The very next shot, it turns into close. So it's like, okay, did we English this? He closes these doors, opens some other doors, all this shit. Gets the water to spill into the guy's penthouse, flushes a lot of guys out of the tower. Main dude there still holding on, but there's this android Harley bike riding babe who acts like a cat or something. He had managed to cut the head off of, and she has laser breath, I guess. Holds her head up, blasts the guy, he's gone. And so it's like, well, it's too bad I didn't get to save the hot chick. Oh well. The next episode, he's more in tune with his eye, I guess. He's coordinating with satellites and the like. There's some he gets the drop on some guy who's selling would-be aspiring singers into sex slavedom. And this guy has robotic skate feet, chases him a bit, gets into a boat, and breaks the boat with his, magical staff. And he goes sinking to the bottom because he's heavy from the metal. Rip him, right? But, it's a little action sequence like teasing at the beginning, right? Now, he's on his way back, and he's talking about his awesome car and his abilities and all this stuff. Just giving you a reminder of where things left off with his powers. and some chick's in the middle of the road, and she's like, hey, I need you to go get my brother. I'm a hot chick. I look pretty much just like the chick you liked earlier, right? He's like, okay, sure. Oh, you got to find him in 3 days. That's the stipulation. Okay, whatever. Well, her brother is a guy who kind of looks like Brian Fury from Tekken, and he has superpowers. He's kind of Akira here. Has like a barrier of protection around him. He just gets angry and things light up. Everybody around just blood boils and explodes and shit. Some bikers have chased some chick, and she's running away from him and encounters him, and he just starts going angry and like blows up all the bikers. I was hoping he would fall in love with the chick and there would be an angle here, but no, she's just forgotten. I'm not even sure if she gets killed or not. So that was unfortunate. Goku and sister are running around looking for the guy, and they're coming across everything, his trail a little too late, his trail of destruction and shit. There's a guy dressed up like M. Bison, who's the bad guy here, that manipulated the sister, tried to sleep with her. You got to see her boobs in the flashback and like. And he did experiments on the brother, and so with the military, and that's how he got these abilities and shit. That's the story we're given. Well, now the brother's running around. He is screwing some prostitute and cuts her head off because he comes with a thunder like Martin Lawrence in Bad Boys. Goku has set up his car so that it has missiles that can phase in and out of reality to go between objects and materialize inside so it can get inside the barrier. It's a bit of a big ask to say, okay, you have access to all this computer stuff, but overnight you can have your white Corvette completely transformed into super unrealistic sci-fi flying car with phasing missiles overnight. Just because you said, hey, computers, I need like an awesome weapon. Okay, cool. Right. Okay. I mean, he didn't get any clearance from the factory where the shit was going down, right? Like, there are people there to stop this from happening, right? I guess not. So he ends up banging the sister, Goku does, and the brother or the M. Bison finds out about this, and he's going to throw down with the brother. They find the brother naked after he had offed the prostitute, and M. Bison's like, the real thing is you're my clone, and your sister's actually your mother. Oh no. There's a fight, explosions. The brother and the sister are killed by M. Bison. That's what I'm just calling him that. Sticking with it. He doesn't look like M. Bison so much right now, but I'm sticking with M. Bison. The Corvette that looks more Lamborghini-ish now has been scuttled. It's crashed. But I guess nothing broke. And Goku's talking about, well, you gave them the rest they needed. Now they're dead. But I'm going to have to get some revenge on you, M. Bison. It's on. And he has his car fire the phase missile at M. Bison. Takes him out. And then Goku is like, well, I should have known the pretty ones are always trouble. Yep, but I'm going to be a sucker and help out a hot chick again. Well, except you don't, because this seems to be the end of the ride. This isn't terrible. It's not coming in at HD. I guarantee you that. I felt like the second episode looked a little sharper than the first one. You might want to watch this on a phone, if you will, if you have Amazon Prime and you're looking for something kind of seedy, anime, boobs everywhere. Not going to review it as it's not a movie. I'm not going to give a score. I'm just going to say, if it's your cup of tea, if you kind of liked Akira, you want something a little harder than Cowboy Bebop with less, frankly, not as funny, less exciting adventure, but you want a little bit of that futuristic, the future of 2014 Tokyo. Give a look at Goku Midnight Eye.